Yo, what's going on, guys? Poizesto back for some more Pokemon Masters. I believe this might be the last episode in the Ultimate Guide. I'm not 100% sure if there's anything you guys want me to go over. I feel like this is enough to kind of sink me into the game. There's not really much more to add. Overall, this game is really simple. The nuances come in understanding how to fight some of the harder pieces of content, maybe by doing things like sleep cheese or understanding turns, how turns are working, and the rest is mainly just this section here. The leveling up section is probably the biggest part of the game and the most fun of the game. Honestly, this is where the fun of the game comes from, and I really like this approach to a gacha game. It's kind of different to a lot. Like, obviously, yeah, a lot of them do have the mechanic of like leveling up units, but the way it's done in this game is really unique. Maybe it's because it's Pokemon and it feels a bit different. That could be, you know, what's the phrase? Glass tinted windows. I feel like that's how the phrase goes, but I don't know, man. I really like how they've approached the whole leveling up and the different mechanics with sync grids and lucky scrolls, which is or lucky skills, which is what we're going to be talking about today. So what are lucky skills? Well, lucky skills are a way to go ahead and give your units new passive abilities. Now, these passive abilities will need to be firstly unlocked via using the lucky scrolls. Now you might be like, damn, how do I get these lucky scrolls? Well, you're gonna be getting them from the battle villa, and the battle villa is one of the game modes. I might do a separate video on it, but I think people have already done videos on the battle villa, so if you guys are struggling on that, there's probably videos already out there for that explaining what it is, how to beat it, etc. But if you guys are interested, I might do videos on that. Essentially, yeah, you play the battle villa and you get different rewards, and those rewards consist of lucky scrolls. Speaking of which, I'm actually on hole 15 right now, and I can get a lucky scroll from this. And then you get these things called lucky cookies, and I'm actually very low on my lucky cookies right now because I've been using a ton of materials right now during the anniversary trying to get I was actually trying to get Brendan to get Dauntless so I could cheese the championship arena on the grass stage, but yeah, I've been getting wrecked, so it's kind of tough for me right now. But let's talk about more about what lucky skills do and how to really utilize them. So as you saw earlier, I actually used 5 lucky scrolls to go ahead and unlock this skill slot here. So you need to use lucky scrolls to unlock the ability to unlock lucky skills. Hopefully that made sense to you guys. Now, I don't have all the cookies right now because, like I said, I've been feeding a bunch of them to Brendan, the blue ones, at least the creamy ones, I believe they're called. They're creamy, yeah, these are crunchy. Oh, crispy, yeah. I've been feeding a lot of the creamy, which are the blue cookies, to Brendan to try and get Dauntless, but I've been kind of unlucky on that one. So I'm just gonna feed a lucky scroll to Leaf right now, just for the purpose of demonstration of this video. I honestly don't think crunchy lucky cookie is actually good for her, because for someone like a tank, you definitely want to go ahead and be giving things such as impervious or stalwart, I believe. Essentially things that just make it so much harder for the enemies to kill you. So, not impervious, my bad, vigilance, excuse me. Vigilance allows you to go ahead and not take damage from crits. So having down someone like Swanna, who could be your main tank, or Leaf, who could also be your main tank, will be pretty huge, honestly. And it's one of the ways to make sure your tanks survive a lot longer, because they just won't take critical hits, which is actually a pretty big buff, honestly. So we're gonna go ahead and use this lucky cookie on Leaf here and see what we roll. And we get power flux. So the higher the move gauge, the more this powers up the move. Alright, cool, I'll take it. Now you can essentially keep rolling these lucky skills here. So you can just keep rolling until you get the one you want. There's a very good resource on cerebi.net that lists all the different rarities of creamy or all the different rarities of cookies and what the different abilities you can get from the different rarities of those cookies. It might sound confusing, but I'm gonna leave the link in the description down below. Shout outs to Cerebi, they're always doing big things for Pokemon, and that pretty much breaks it down to a T. You know, you can just control F what different passive you want. So say you want to go ahead and give your tank vigilance, you control F for vigilance, and you can see which cookie you need and what is the percentage chance to actually get that. And yeah, you can just keep rolling and till you get the one you want, and you can overwrite different abilities. So I got rid of Power Flux, and now I've learned Stoic, so now I have a small chance of raising my Leaf's defense after I use a move. Hey, that could be pretty decent since I'm spamming Razor Leaf, trying to get those badly poisoned, trying to get those toxics. That could be okay. You know, by spamming that AoE, I'm also giving myself a chance to go ahead and actually level up my defense. And the number next to it is 1. What that basically means is if it's 1, you always want to go up to the next percentage. Broski on this stream really helped me out by telling me that. So if it's Stoic 1, you actually have a 20% chance of doing this effect. I'll show you guys some of the different units I've got lucky skills on. So big ones that you definitely want to go for, you definitely want to like pursue, is Critical Strike for your strikers. Critical Strike 2 is pretty nice because it powers up moves critical hits by 30%, and once you get to crit plus 3, you're at max crit, so every one of your hits are going to be critting. So if you're getting guaranteed crit and your crits are doing 30% increased damage, and you're spamming your sync moves and you're getting even more buffs to your attacks, you can just see why Red is one of the strongest units in the game. He just outputs so much damage, it's not even funny. Like, Red is so cheap. I love using Red. He's mad fun. He's mad fun. Another interesting one is Defense Crush, and it's funny, like, because Glacier is kind of doing what Leaf did, but so much worse. So what I used to do with Glacier before was give her Defense Crush too. So whenever she was spamming Powder Snow, she would also give me a 30% chance to lower the opponent's defense. So this meant my physical striker would be able to be outputting more damage, but Leaf is doing this 100% of the time. So GG Glacier, Glacier is literally just worse Leaf. Like, X regen all is just, it's not as good as Leaf's regen, because Leaf also reduces your countdown. So yeah, rip Glacier, man. Feels bad, feels freaking bad, man. But those are just some of the ideas you can go for. Like I said, I've been fishing for Dauntless on Brendan. You might be thinking, why are you doing that? Well, Brendan has no turning back, which means uses a maximum of 3 slots of the user's move. Based on the amount used, this move raises both the user's special attack by up to 6. So you can go from +0 to +6 if you use 3 move gauges, and you can just spam Leaf Storm. And because Leaf Storm lowers your special attack, if you have Dauntless means you will never lower your special attack. So you can be at +6 and never be lowering your special attack. I was really trying to clutch on this like roll so I could cheese the grass fighting on the championship arena, but it's looking like I'm gonna have to look for a different strategy on that one. Another really powerful one for the free to play guys out there is Lessen Confusion on Iris. Once you get Iris's grid maxed out and you start going down the Outrage Confusion Boom route, Jesus, Iris is like one of the strongest units in the game. I use her so much to get me through Battle Villa, because Carry On gives you an attack buff every time a unit dies on the map. That could be your partner or the Pokemon on the opposing team. So if you just take down the sides, you're getting a lot of attack buffs, and you can just start focusing down the middle. And Confusion Boom, Outrage will always confuse you, but if you have Lessen Confusion 6, I have a 70% chance to reduce the chance of hitting myself in confusion. So most of the time you won't fail Outrage. So you can just spam Outrage, and due to our high base attack, and if you've been killing those units on the sides and getting attack buffs, yeah, she's just mopping up the house. Iris is one of those nice investments. Once you do max her out, she makes a lot of things a lot easier. I've got Vigilance on my Skylar, as you can see, Swanna, so she'll never get hit by crits. So those are just some ideas that you guys can incorporate to your builds and help you guys, improve on your teams and make them just that little bit better. Having Vigilance on a unit like Swanna is insane. She's already got Potion MP refresh, as you guys saw in my previous video, and she's also got like She's also got the master healer, so she's healing a lot. And because she's not getting critted, like she's just living. She's out here just living, bro. And yeah, Skylar becomes truly insane. And the final thing I want to talk about for now is going to be the upgrade gear. Now, gear in this game is kind of weird when you first get into it, but I'll explain it in just a little. I'll do like a very quick rundown. So when you get to a certain point in the game, you'll unlock co-op. And if you do the co-op missions in training area, so this is a co-op missions in training area, not story mode. Do not do co-op in story mode because the drops are actually not as good. So if you farm this EX challenge Erica, the main reason I'm saying this one is because she is weak to fire. And because of that reason, you can just go ahead and build a super easy team. If you have red, it makes it super easy. It honestly doesn't matter what units you bring here. I've just brought all of these random units on this team just because they're like some of my stronger units. Just make a random team. As long as it has some form of fighting and fire units on there, you're good to go. Go ahead and auto this. So we're gonna go ahead and speed through this fight with auto. It makes it super easy. As you'll see here, co-op fights used to be like a really important thing in the game back in the day, but no one really does co-op anymore. Like they used to do a lot of missions that would make you do co-op, so you could get like, you know, extra co-op sync orbs, hence the name co-op sync orbs. But I think they just got rid of that whole thing completely. They just like one and done it, like 100%. I do not even think it exists anymore. I don't know if anyone still plays co-op, but maybe there's a reason to it, and I don't even know myself. But yeah, you just farm this certain mission over and over again. It's probably the easiest. If you have, even like Torkoal would by himself would destroy this once you get enough like support units like Skylar and, you know, some of the units that can reduce that can give you like gauge refills. It just makes this fight super easy. And once we go ahead and clear this, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the drops and what, you know, the differences between 1-star and 2-star is and what you need to be looking out for. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and cut to that once we get to it. Okay, so we've just beaten it, and one of the cool things as well, you still do get EXP from this event. So because now we're limited to how many times we can like farm like the level up area, I've just kind of been doing this to grind the XP, just as like a little side thing. It's not that efficient because it's gonna take so long. But with how long it takes to get these co-op items, it kind of makes sense. If you have some units that aren't max level, just put them on the team, and if they are on the final roster, they will get EXP. And here we go. Here are the drops that we get. You get all these different like towel looking things, these scissors, these pins. But the key thing is here, you want to look at the rarity of these battle rewards. Now we got a 2-star ground bandana, a 1-star 5 bandana, 1-star 5 bracelet, 1-star 5 pin. I'm gonna tell you straight up, guys, 1-star items, don't even invest in them. Just completely. Okay, people are going crazy out there. My window is open, so hopefully you guys didn't hear that. But yeah, 1-star co-op items, completely pointless. Don't even bother like leveling them up. What you want to do is you want to be making sure you level up the 2-star items. So like I was saying earlier, you can unlock the level cap by going to unlock level cap here. I've already maxed the level cap of my fire units or my fire items, but let's say I want to unlock the level cap of this ground bandana, which I can. To do so, you need the exact same item and the exact same rarity. So I've got another 2-star ground bandana. I'm going to put that on there. So now I've got 2 of the diamond looking things, and I need 2 more dupes of this item to unlock the max level. And then to upgrade it, it's going to go ahead and upgrade gear. Go to the ground bandana right here. It's level 1. Excuse me. All these scissors, all these different like cloth looking things are what we're going to need to upgrade the levels. And you just keep doing it over and over again until you've hit the cap, essentially. So this is one of the most grindiest parts of the game. And like I said, it's basically free stats, and free stats is always nice. You know, one thing I recommend is if you're never like, if your phone's always like just charging when it's on like just not doing anything, you may as well just put it on auto and just farm like I need to start doing it myself because I haven't really been doing it honestly. And as you can see, the higher up you go, the more and more it's going to cost, and eventually these golden scissors are going to be the bane of your existence because they just cost a lot. And I mean a lot. Like once you get to the fire, like the level 13s and the 12s, oh, I can actually do this now. So essentially, depending on the item, is going to change whether or not it's scissors or ribbons. And I think I actually have enough of to get this to max actually. So yeah, that's actually funny that I haven't done this yet, but there we go. Level 15 is the cap, and you get a plus 40 to your attack to fire units. So that on the video, my first maxed out co-op item, funnily enough. The bandanas are probably the hardest ones to level up for me, but your mileage may vary, so it's completely dependent on you and what drops you get. So that's just something to keep in mind, and that's pretty much it for co-op items. Max them out. Once you have maxed them out, put them on your team. Free stats. Bob's your uncle. And that is gonna be it for now for the beginner guide to Pokemon Masters. The ultimate guide, as I'll say. If there's anything I've missed out, guys, put it down in the comment sections. If you're a veteran, let us know if there's anything you want new people to know. And yeah, if you guys have any more questions, let me know. I did say I'm gonna try and do the championship arena. I kind of want to give it a go, but my box is kind of meh. Like I'm in that point where I've got a lot of the good units, but like the conditions are like really hard for me to make sure I keep all my good units for like the final boss fight, right? If I use all my best units to get through the Elite Four, what am I gonna use for Lance? That's the crux. That's how they're getting you on this championship arena, which is why it's actually one of the hardest beats. This is like the most endgame content on the game right now, and I think it's actually really cool that it's coming out now. And yeah, good luck on the championship arena if you guys are doing it. And that is going to be it for this series. Until next time, Poizesto signing out. Peace out, guys.